What is up, guys? Carlos Perez here, and so today I will be teaching you how to edit on VSCO. And I recently went to a CLARIO concert, and I actually met her in person. She's really cool. She's really dope, and if you have the time, be sure to check out her music because it's really, really good. But yeah, I went to her concert and I was front row. And basically, I took this opportunity and I took this time to just take pictures of her. And so basically, I'll give you the rundown on how I do things in VSCO, even though a lot of people might be asking themselves, why are you teaching us how to do this in VSCO if you could do this in Lightroom? That's coming down in the future. But I use VSCO a lot for a lot of my artwork and a lot of my pictures, just because it has this lo-fi vintage feel. I really think that VSCO hands down has the best filters for any app out there. And if you really want to get into like photography and stuff like that, I recommend you to test out the waters with just VSCO itself, just because it's a really great filtering app that really does its job really well done. And I suggest that you kind of just check it out for sure. So I'll be teaching you how to do that now. So what you want to do is, I have this raw first cut of CLARIO, trying to crop it and kind of cut all the loose ends of things. Just trying to keep a vibe. And it has tons of filters. I really do recommend people should check it out. And what I ended up doing was I really fell in love with like the black and white, just because it brings this nostalgic, but you could always tweak it. And then I punched the contrast because I want those like darker colors to hit. I end up sharpening it just a little bit, not too much. I know a lot of people like it to sharpen full. And then I kind of like mess with the saturation and see how the vibe's looking. What I like to do afterwards is just smooth the highlights and not make them too bright, just because I don't want it to just have a really harsh lighting on her face. And then I like to add a vintagey like look, just because it adds focus to her and only her. And then just drop a little bit of the fade up. And afterwards I was like, yeah man, this is pretty good, this is done. So that's one down, more to go. This one was like my favorite one out of all, just because of you have those lens flares coming in. And I ended up just kind of seeing where I wanted to crop. And I went into the filters and just trying to mess with the vibe. My favorite one is the A6. It comes down to the A6 or AL1, just because of the tones that it gives, and it's crazy, man. I know a lot of photographers don't like using a lot of filters, but if there's filters, man, use them. There's reasons why. A lot of people kind of like look at it as cheating in a way, but I kind of look at it as a tool that could help benefit my skill styles. And I normally don't use the filter 100% unless it's black and white, but you always try to change and tweak a few things to make it more of your color and more of your style. So for this one, I just ended up doing the same steps, not to punch the highlights too much, but not too low, and just try to get the right tone. And this is all me, if I give you the same picture, you would do something way different, and that's totally okay with it. People have to know that that's totally fine. Art doesn't have the correct way on doing things, and that's the way that I look at things. And I ended up just giving this greenish tint, which I thought was so fucking sick, and then a little bit of gray, just to have that like lo-fi look. And it even looks like really like hella good already. So I was like, yeah, this is turning out really good. And I like using highlight tints, not shadow tints, because I think shadow tints are, they carry too much. But I ended up just using a lot of highlight tints just to fill in the white gaps. And yeah, I thought that was perfect. So yeah, that is my editing process when I am on VSCO. And I just extremely love the app just because it makes pictures 1,000 times easier, and you should really go check it out. Just having to mess with filters and just making your own, and I really enjoyed the concert. Again, be sure to check out her music, and peace.